717 Pix 11 is your local election headquarters. New Yorkers will be heading to the polls in November to pick a new mayor. And there's one familiar face that wants the job. Guardian Angels founder Curtis Sliwa wants to go from the streets to City Hall. He's running as a Republican, just faced off with another candidate seeking the GOP nomination in a debate last Wednesday. Here's a snippet.
We came here to discuss the issues. He has no substance. He has no issues because he has no experience. He's never owned a business. He's never employed people. He's lived off of his not-for-profit. And I don't know why he gave up his daytime.
That was both Sliwa and Fernando Mateo, who consider themselves law and order candidates. Curtis Sliwa joining me now to explain what sets him apart from his opponent and the Democratic candidates. You have the cats along with you this morning. I see the cats walking by. Good morning, Curtis.
Well, good morning. In fact, I have 13 rescue cats here in an apartment on the Upper West Side that I share with my wife. It's only 320 square feet, and the blessing is I don't have to change the litter twice a day. That's Nancy's job. I have to do everything else.
Okay, well, there you go. Curtis, thank you for being here this morning. I want to get into you launching your campaign last month. Some saying, you waited. Why did you wait so long to decide to run for mayor?
Well, you had a whole panoply of different candidates, mostly Democrats, some Republicans, and really none were focusing on law and order, public safety, and the return of quality of life. And most importantly, not defunding the police. That's what most of the Democrats are saying over and over ad nauseum, but refunding the police, empowering these men and women who were part of the finest police department in the world right before the lockdown, and suddenly have been rendered impotent by Mayor de Blasio and the city council, who have watched skyrocketing crime occur, and your reports on WPIX 11 each and every day and night indicate that, and they choose to want to defund the police even more. So I decided somebody had to get in, had to support law and order and the refunding of police.
So you went to that topic, so let me stay on that for a second, because we heard a lot of these calls, right, to defund the police in the wake of the death of George Floyd. So you're using this term of refunding the police, which would undo, really, the criminal justice reforms passed by the de Blasio administration. What do you say then to communities who have been calling for it, who have been saying they're unfairly targeted by these measures, and that's why they were making that call in the first place?
Okay, that's open for discussion. But what has been the result since the summer? Skyrocketing violent crime, drive-by shootings, attacks, random attacks, and targeted attacks, especially of late against Asian Americans. So violent crime has risen exponentially higher than it was before. So, okay, why did this come about? You defunded the police. So why not have a continued conversation but get the police back on track, that street crime unit that you disbanded that was so good at targeting gangs and getting guns off the street. Mm-hmm. The homeless outreach unit. Why would you disband the homeless outreach unit of the NYPD with all the homeless and emotionally disturbed persons who are roaming the streets, living in the subways and the parks, and in some instances actually being responsible for victimizing some many people who actually try to live a normal life?
Yeah, so you're talking about things that are happening in everyday life now, and one of those things that you're also in favor and for that's in the headlines right now is this term qualified immunity for police officers, right, which shields them from liability, in case you don't know, in cases where there are claims of excessive force and unreasonable search and seizures. Do you think, Curtis, that would prevent officers from being held accountable for their actions?
No. Let me explain to you. The mayor has qualified immunity. So does the city council. So do judges. So do district attorneys. They're the ones typically that would put somebody away for a long term for a crime they didn't commit. District attorneys. And yet they have qualified immunity. Why is it the only civil servants who have been stripped of qualified immunity are the police? Because you start with the police, then it'll be the correctional officers, then it'll be school security officers, then it'll be the traffic control agents who are supervised by the NYPD. You can't go down that slippery slope. Mm-hmm. How are you going to get young men and women to join the police department? Are they going to first have to go out and get an immunized insurance policy from
Which is open right now? Right, the enrollment for NYPD is actually open right now. I ask every candidate that comes on and talks about their run if they would keep Commissioner Shea and if they have plans to replace him. What is your response?
No. Commissioner Shea, unfortunately, has capitulated and folded on many issues to Mayor de Blasio, that dope from Park Slope. He's a part-time mayor. He is single-handedly taking the Miley Cyrus wrecking ball and destroyed the city that we love. And I'm the person to get elected mayor who can resurrect us, get us back on track, and start with law and order in the streets and returning public safety to the streets, parks, subways, and the schools.
Yeah,
Without law public safety, the city cannot revive itself economically.
I wanted to spend a lot of time on public safety because you did found the Guardian Angels 42 years ago. But real quick, before I let you go, I want to talk about the grassroots campaign you're running, refusing to take money from special interest groups. You have 2 months until the GOP primaries where you'll be facing 3 other candidates. What kind of support have you been getting from Republicans? Because I do understand, looking and doing some research on you, you didn't vote Republican. You didn't vote for Donald Trump. So what is the support you're getting from the Republican Party?
I voted independent. I didn't vote for Hillary or Joe Biden in the 2 previous presidential elections. I received the support of the Staten Island GOP, which is the most powerful Republican GOP county in the city, and the Brooklyn GOP. So between Staten Island and Brooklyn, obviously people there said, we need somebody like Curtis Sliwa with 42 years of experience in fighting crime in the city of New York. Look, that's the primary issue. Revival of the economy, having good schools, and most importantly, capping that property tax for people who are getting clobbered out in Staten Island, Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx is most important. But it all starts, the road to City Hall, in returning the streets and subways to a safe quality of life that we deserve for the taxes that we pay. And we're not going to drive out the rich. They want to drive out all the people with wealth and those who are rich. 42%, right? 42%, 1% pay 42% of the taxes. 50% of the property taxes are paid by realtors that go into the budget of $92 billion. So you start doing the math. If you chase all these people out, who is going to pay for all the social service programs?
Curtis, I got to leave it there. I'm trying to give everybody equal opportunity, equal time when they come on. You're welcome back before the primary day, but we're going to leave it there for now. Curtis Sliwa, thank you for being here.
Oh, pleasure. Go to CurtisSliwaForMayor.com. Get me in the City Hall. CurtisSliwaForMayor.com.
All right. Take care, sir. Thank you.